Hello everybody, me again. So what we are doing today is responding to requests. I do a lot of classes when it comes to essential oils because it's very important for me that people get the knowledge they need to make the decisions that will provide them with the result they're looking for, correct? So not everybody can make it. Austin is a big city and then I get requests from outside of Austin and I'm not traveling that much yet, so we're going to do a virtual class today. Yay. And joining me today is Naomi. Naomi is on my team.
Hello everybody.
And she's going to be with me, helping me out through this class. So I love collaborations and this is one of my newest collaborators and I'm extremely excited about that. So Naomi is an empathy coach and facilitator.
Yes.
It's huge, really, to get on that. And Naomi, let me know and let everybody, what are your favorite ways to use essential oils?
My favorite ways to use essential oils, number one is the diffuser, which actually we have going right here. We love the diffuser.
Yes, we do.
The Ninja Red, which I use daily, which gives me a wonderful burst of energy, clear thinking. I love it right before a workout. I also use it in a spritzer, diluted with a little bit of water, and then spray it as soon as I get out of the shower. And then also, at the end of the day, I love to put it in the body butter that I use, and I sort of soften up my feet right before bed, rubbing it on the feet. It's
nice.
Really lovely.
Yeah. So there are a lot of ways we can use essential oils, and those are just a few of that. And then I'm going to put you on the spot just for a second.
Okay.
Tell me more about empathy, because empathy is not a new subject.
Yeah.
That being said, it seems to be coming back in conversations more and more. And so what would be like the most important thing for you when it comes to empathy?
Yeah, empathy is all about trust and connection. So I help people build trust and connection in the relationships that matter most to them.
Wonderful.
And the relationships that matter most can be in your family, or could be also in your business. But trust and connection are at the core of everything we do.
Yes.
And empathy is what builds that trust and connection.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So we're going to get to the nitty-gritty of things. And the most important thing when it comes to essential oils is how we can use them. Oh, and by the way, we have a giveaway. Yeah, because that's what we do. So if you like or if you comment on this live, we're going to see it. And we're going to enter your name. And at the end of the live, we will be giving a bottle of free tea tree essential oils. So if you feel like engaging today, there is a prize at the end of it. Or if you don't feel like engaging, that's fine too. But just so you know, we're giving stuff away. So one thing that comes up a lot is how do we use essential oils? And there are really three main ways to do it. You can do it in aromatherapy, which is what we're doing right now with the diffuser. We can also do it through topical application, and that's going to be with a carrier oil or undiluted. Basically, you put it on the skin. That can have some very moisturizing effect, calming effect. You can also aid your digestion. So you'll have different essential oils for different purposes. And then, and that's when we'll stretch the safety aspect of it. You can also use it as a supplement. So when Naomi mentioned the Ninja Red earlier, Ninja Red has some citrus essential oils in it that are pure enough to be ingested, and they will have a lot of health benefits. Mainly for the citruses in this one, it's going to aid the liver, support a good liver function. And then the rest of it are goji berries and dark fruit purees that are extremely rich in antioxidant, gives you a lot of vitality and energy. But that's another way to do it. So the favorite that we have when it comes to aromatherapy, one of the main requests I have is that, well, I need to chill, I need to relax, I want to calm down. What can I use for that? And a very popular one is lavender. There you go. You can see it right there. Lavender is very popular when it comes to that. So you put it in a diffuser, or you can put it in a little spritz, as Naomi mentioned earlier, and just put it around the room, put it in your car, spritz a little bit around you, and that has an immediate effect, and that really has a tendency to calm you down. The great thing about lavender, and something that some individuals may not know, is that it is an adaptogen. What an adaptogen does is that it will adapt to what's going on with you. So if you're a little bit worked up, it's going to calm you down, but if you're a little bit sleepy, it's going to perk you up. So that's very specific when it comes to lavender. When it comes to topical application, one that has been very popular is Stress Away. And guess what that does? Yeah, you got it. It calms you down. But that one is very easy, and it has also some cedarwood in it. So it's lavender cedarwood blend. It's very soft. So you also can have it in roll-on version, so you can apply it directly on your skin, which is very practical, especially if you're in your car. In Austin, we deal with a lot of traffic, so sometimes we just want to stay zen in the car. So Stress Away is going to be a very good one for that. You can also use it in a diffuser, really versatile. And then let's double check on the feed on the laptop. We have a laptop going because we want to make sure we're keeping track of everybody that is joining us today. We can refresh there, and we don't want anyone to miss out. There we go. There we go. Hang up with us for just 1 second. Here, so we'll be able to keep up with all of you. So, last but not least, the third way to use essential oils is as a supplement or in recipes, in drinks. So that one is one of my favorite, Citrus Fresh. And that one is a blend of citruses, obviously, but it also has a dash of spearmint. So in the summer, it's really lovely. If you want to add that to some water or to margarita, that works too. And what I love with Young Living, I'm a representative and independent distributor for Young Living. So these are specifically for Young Living essential oils for some of the bottles that I'm showing you. And they have a whole collection that is called Vitality, and you can see it at the bottom. And these ones are very easily targeted as a supplement. So if it says Vitality and you're shopping through Young Living essential oils, you know for a fact that those are oils that are safe enough to ingest, which leads us to the next point. Safety first. So when it comes to essential oils, you will have different degrees of qualities, you'll have different degrees of purity, and there are two golden rules that I have found are most practical and easy to remember. A, don't put it in your eyes. And no, we don't douse essential oils in our eyes specifically. That being said, they are very volatile. Sometimes they'll be on the tip of your fingers. And then you rub your fingers, 15 minutes later, and it still gets in there. So when we say don't put it in your eyes, let's remember that, yes, it can be directly or it can be indirectly. Like I wouldn't put my head directly on top of a diffuser because there are some particles that get in my eyes. We want to smell it. It smells good. Let's not put our eyes on it. The second thing is read the label. And the reason for that is, regardless of the essential oil company that you're shopping through, or if you find it at a supermarket, you find it online, the label will tell you legally what you can use it for. So if you can use it for topical application, it will say that. If it's not designed for internal use, it will say that. It's happened on several occasions, and I still get feedback as of very recently that individuals will think, oh, it says peppermint in it, therefore I can eat it. Well, we both know you can't. And it's not because it said peppermint that you can eat it. Otherwise, you would eat a lot of things that say peppermint, and the plugins that are orange that you put in your wall are not edible. It still says orange. And that's an extreme case. That being said, that's sort of a line of ridicule we're going for. Thank you, exactly. So if we make it big and really, silly, we remember. So it's not because it says peppermint that you can eat it. Now, if it says it can be added to food and drinks, then you can eat it. And really, those two rules will help you navigate the essential oil world, which has become, in the past 5 years, extremely vast, very competitive. A lot of new players are on the scene, which is completely valid. We want a healthy market. We want competition. That's how we all stay honest about it. On the other hand, we're finding a lot of products that are sub-quality, a lot of products that are not designed to be used as a supplement, even products that are not designed to be put on the skin at all. So that leads us to a second big part of the conversation, which is how do I figure out which essential oils are pure enough, and how do I figure out what is $5 worth or what is $50 worth? doesn't make sense to me. So it's all about the distillation and what you use to distill it with. I'm keeping an eye, because sometimes we have deers in the back.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm really hoping for football.
All the fawns are so born right
to
now.
have the fawns and the little babies coming in. That would be so much fun.
I hope they do pop by.
Right?
Lovely.
So that would be fun. So I'm just keeping an eye for them. Just saying. You tell us if they're showing up, we don't notice. So what happens with the fabrication, the production of essential oils? Not all essential oils are natural. A lot of essential oils are actually created in lab. There are sometimes synthetic essential oils. That being said, due to the freedom of labeling that we're experiencing in the world of essential oils, the companies are not required to say if an essential oil is synthetic or if it's natural. It's just what we're working with right now. We may have to do some research. I know it's a pain. That being said, it is doable. So if you're not sure what you're shopping for, look up the company online. They will tell you if it's synthetic, if it's natural, and if they don't tell you, chances are it's a very low quality one. So shop accordingly and spend your money accordingly. Most importantly, use them accordingly. So we'll have the synthetic essential oils, and then we'll have essential oils that are made from natural materials. And the quality of a material can go anywhere from generic, the same way you go to the supermarket and you buy your vegetables and fruits, or they can be organic, which we are dealing with a very much higher level of quality, obviously. And again, you will have different prices. So when it comes to the natural distillation, you'll have 3 levels of distillation, which are first, second, and third distillation. And I like to compare it to making coffee. I think coffee is good for you 1 cup a day, not 1 pot. That being said, if you're making coffee, and we both love our 1 cup of coffee
yes,
in the morning,
exactly.
it's 1 cup, and you make your first cup of coffee, and you pour your water, and you have a wonderful cup of coffee.
Perfect.
And then you add a coffee ground. And it's like, oh, what the heck? We're just going to pour more water over that. And then you get something else, which may not be as wonderful of a cup of coffee as you had earlier that day. So that could be like the second distillation, if you would. And then you're really desperate for more caffeine for that day. You really don't want to go back out. And you're going to pour another measure of water on top of that, and you get brown water. So, there's nothing wrong about the brown water if it's something you're okay with. Distillations are the same thing. There is nothing wrong about the third distillation if that's what you're ready to pay for, if that's what you're looking for. I just want people to know exactly what they're paying for and for them to decide what's going to meet the results they are looking for. Other things too, there is the power of distillation. So that's an analogy for the pressure cooker. We like the pressure cooker. You can make a recipe very quickly by putting your food under pressure, and in 20 minutes you've got a stew. Fantastic, right? Yeah. Can you compare it to a piece of meat that is going to simmer for 6 hours in its juice? I don't think so. It's going to be the same thing for essential oils. You can put them under pressure, lots of pressure, very high temperature with natural material, and get some essential oils. You will not get the same chemical compounds that if you do that distillation in consideration of the best chemical compounds you can get out of that plant, which may include, and very likely will include on most cases, a very low temperature, lower pressure, and yes, longer distillation. The longer it takes to make something, guess what? The more expensive it is. So when there are differences in prices, that's one of the reasons for it. So how are we doing so far?
We're doing great.
Fantastic. So by the way, if you have any questions, please comment, because this is what this is for. I want to be able to answer your questions as fully and immediately. That's why we're doing it live. I will have some videos with classes that are available all the time that you can access on my YouTube channel. But until then, those live videos are really created so that you can ask your questions directly and I can answer them in real time. So we did get a few questions prior to the class. So Naomi, can you let me know what we have so far?
Yeah, definitely. So one question is, what is the difference between an essential oil and a carrier oil?
All right.
Very good question.
Yes. Carrier oils are going to be things like olive oil, almond oil, avocado oil, jojoba. They are going to be pressed from a nut or a seed. They're typically cold pressed. and they are great as carrier oil to mix with the essential oils so that you can dilute the oil. If an oil is extremely potent, it's good to use a carrier so it is not going to have a skin reaction. So, for example, hi Stephen, hello darling. So, for example, Panaway is a blend that we absolutely love. It's fantastic when it works on discomforts. Naomi and I are extremely active. We're dancers. We work out. So sometimes we get a little sore. And some of the essential oils are fantastic. However, because we are women and our skin is more delicate than maybe some gentlemen, that's going to be the big difference. Men have a less sensitive skin than women. Women may need more use of a carrier oil than men. We love to use essential oils. We may need more of a carrier oil to dilute the oil on the skin so it doesn't create a skin irritation. And that's something to look for. If you put an essential oil on your skin and there is a skin irritation, double check the quality of the oil, make sure, read the label, make sure that it is designed to be used topically, or maybe use a carrier oil. Never use water. I cannot stretch that enough. Never use water applying essential oil on your skin. That will actually drive the essential oils deeper in your skin and create an even greater discomfort. Always use a carrier oil. Coconut oil is one of my favorite. Absolutely love that stuff.
Yes, coconut oil is my favorite too.
Love it. So what else do we have?
Yes, another question is, why is there such a price difference between essential oils within the same brand?
All right. So we're very much about, for these class specifically, everything needs to be justified financially. We love shoes. We can justify a lot of things. Shopping for shoes, especially for dance shoes. When you go tango shoe shopping, I mean, I'm talking, we'll justify this. That being said, we all have a budget. We all have only so much money. It doesn't grow on trees. So we really want to feel secure and trust that the money we're spending is really a very good investment. The reason why, let's say within Young Living, you have a price point average of $30 for a 15 milliliter bottle, which is the big bottle, the bigger bottle. And those prices will vary anywhere from, I think it's around $12 for lemon to $260 for a tiny bottle of rose. And the reason for it is that every natural material has a different amount of essential oils within it. So when it comes to lavender, which averages between $30 and $40 for a 15 milliliter bottle, lavender yields a lot of essential oils for distillation. When it comes to rose, on the other hand, which is Rosa Damascena is the one that is being used, which is the name of our team, by the way. So Rosa Damascena is the rose that is being used to do the rose essential oil. You need 25 pounds of rose petals. 25 pounds of rose petals to create just one tiny 5 milliliter bottle. So if you need more material, it's going to cost more. And that's why there are such a price difference, even within the same company. When it comes to why is this $10, why is this $200? It's whatever you can yield out of it and the time that it takes to produce. So when we talked about the distillation, how much time it takes to get the highest quality possible, that will also have an impact on the price of the essential oil. From one company to the other, as we touched base earlier, some of them are synthetic, so you can get 20 milliliter bottle for $5. And also something we have not touched base on. Some essential oils will be cut. And what I say by that is, the essential bottle may say 100% essential oil. There is no regulation that enforces the company to actually put 100% essential oil in that bottle. You could have 5% essential oils and 95% carrier oil. And there are no regulations. Again, there is a lot of freedom on that market at the moment. Maybe it will change that day, but at the moment, this is also something to stay mindful of. Am I purchasing essential oils, or am I purchasing a cocktail of essential oils and carrier oil that is not specifically mentioned? So that's another thing to look for. And again, doing our research and looking at the company's website, looking at their philosophy and values. And if they don't mention what's in it, that might be an indication that you don't know what's in it.
And all the more reason to speak with an expert.
There you go.
Talk to the expert. She will let you know if you have any doubts.
Yes, I will.
So we just got another question in.
All right.
Is there a compatibility issue with essential oils?
Yes, there is. And one analogy that I like to use is spicy food. So some people are very compatible or have a system that is very compatible with spicy food, others are not. When I arrived in Texas, 1996, and I used to live in Corpus Christi at the time, I fell in love with Mexican food. I absolutely adore Mexican food. However, I learned very quickly and the hard way to recognize what a hot pepper looks like and the effect it has on my system. So,
not something you grew up with in France.
Yeah, no. We grew up with mustard. We don't grow up with hot peppers. So, my body is not highly compatible when it comes to spicy food. That being said, other people will be very compatible with spicy food. It's just not my thing. Same thing with essential oils. Our body is a natural organism and it will react differently to different things. So I know oils that work wonderfully for me, and that's something that I learned through trial and errors. And it's blue tansy and ylang ylang. And put them together, I'm in heaven. I mean, that stuff works on me really well. Absolutely adore it. Frankincense is another one that is very, very compatible for me as a person. And that's something that we sort of learn through trying it out and observing, what's happening. The same way for food. Some foods work great for some individuals, others don't. I can't splurge on sugar and cakes and cookies the way I used to in my 20s. Not going to happen. So not that we need to do that, but it's an example. We're all different. So let's treat our body with individuality and pay attention to what works and what doesn't.
Most definitely. Okay, here's another question. What is photosensitivity? And what's the relevance when it comes to essential oils?
Right. So
that's a really good question.
Yeah, because it boils down to safety once again. Mm-hmm. So photosensitivity is sensitivity to light, photo, right? And what happens is, especially when it comes to topical application, you may find when you're shopping around for essential oils that it says, do not expose to the sun or photosensitive. And the reason for it is that essential oils are chemical compounds. And it will have an impact on sometimes your skin. And that's mostly true for citruses. So lemon, bergamot, orange, that will have an effect. If you put it on your skin, and if you go in the sun, directly to the sun, or if you expose it to UV rays, it may have a discoloration, or it may even create a very high rash or mark. So we have to be very careful. That being said, it goes back to the 2 safety tips. Read the label. The label will tell you if you're using an oil that is going to be photosensitive. There are a few other ones that are not citruses at all, like angelica. We'll have a handful. It will always be listed though, and it's just something to stay mindful of. And again, if you put it on your skin, and if you go out within 24 to 48 hours, so in the dead of winter, if there is no sun, you go outside, you find it's not even higher sort of reactions like sun rays. No, it's just really being exposed to the sun for quite a big period of time, and doing it very soon after putting the essential oil on the skin.
So yeah, read the label and reach out to Paula.
And
if you're not sure, which can be even more of a delight to just chat with her about it. Okay, so we got another question.
Okay.
And what are the benefits of using one method of application compared to another?
So that's great, because diffusing the topical application, and that's going to be a mix of there's a little bit of the obvious, and there's a little bit of what works for you and what doesn't. So the compatibility factor for us as a person. Mm-hmm. I have extremely sensitive skin, so I have to be more careful when it comes to putting essential oil on my skin. I always use a carrier oil. I will use them topically once a day, twice a day, and I start feeling some discomforts. I can eat essential oils like there is no tomorrow. I've got a strong stomach. My stomach loves essential oils, always has. It's still happening. So, but that's something that I found out, and it's always start small and go from there. So if you're not sure, use essential oils topically with a carrier once a day, and then maybe twice a day. If you don't notice any negative side effects, then you're good. Same thing when it comes to ingesting essential oils. If you know you have a strong stomach, or if it's a good compatibility level for you, start with 1 or 2 drops. I like to use the Thieves blend, absolutely wonderful. Yeah, we love it. It's very popular. And it will boost your immune system. I like to mix it with some honey in a little spoon, maybe mix it with...
I didn't know about
some...
that. Okay, yeah, we're going to be doing that.
There you go. But 1 or 2 drops, and then go from there. And then 1 or 2 drops maybe twice a day, 3 times a day. If you start small, you're going to be okay. And then pay attention to what's going on in your body. Obviously, don't mix it with 5 other supplements. Do one thing at a time. I'm very big on that when it comes to the essential oils and when it comes to my wellness practice. We do one thing at a time, we work on that, and then we move on to the next thing. So compatibility will vary from one person to the next. Sometimes it's better to apply it topically. Sometimes it's better if it's possible to use it as a supplement. Even just in aromatherapy, this is extremely powerful. Let's remember that we don't put our head right behind the exhaust of a car because we know it's not good for you. While aromatherapy is the other side of the spectrum. Being in an environment that is loaded in molecules that is actually promoting your health, supporting your immune system, will have a very powerful impact on your overall well-being. So yes, we do have some room to tweak and figure out, if I have a stomachache, I have a hard time digesting, you can put it topically over your stomach. I even have clients that put it just on their arm. It will get into your system one way or another. How quickly it does is the variable. The main thing is let's stay safe and let's be comfortable and enjoy it while we take care of ourselves.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like the ginger and fennel, like sometimes on the tummy. Yeah, in a little spritzer or with the body butter.
Oh yeah.
And that's perfect for an upset stomach.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another question.
Okay.
What if I don't like the smell?
Aha.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's a touchy subject. So we're going to talk about it. Everybody is different. What happens is when we build an environment for ourselves that may not be the healthiest environment, it may not be supporting you as a natural being as much as another environment might. There's going to be a reaction. Sometimes it's going to be a very strong reaction. So I used to be vegetarian. I grew up eating everything, and then I was vegetarian for a few years, and then I went back to eating most things, trying to stay healthy. But I heard so many stories, and I managed to switch from one to the other rather painlessly, but I heard a lot of stories from friends of mine that were vegetarian, that one day had a burger, and were so sick, because there was a shock to the system. And sometimes, when our body is toxic, and we may think that we have a healthy lifestyle, chances are we may or may not. Healthy means different things to different people. And you're exposed to pure essential oils, which Young Living is. Your body may have a very strong reaction to it. So if you go to a supermarket and I ask you to smell an apple and you tell me that doesn't smell good, that may indicate what your body is used to, which may not be an apple. And it's the same thing when it comes to essential oils. It's a little bit touchy because we don't want to tell people, yeah, you're not healthy, or you're not taking care of yourself. This is not what it's about. This is about growing awareness for what we're doing and what we want to do. Everybody's writing their own story, and we're not going to write it for you. That being said, that's usually why there's a strong reaction, especially to pure essential oils, because they are the very essence of nature, especially when it comes to very pure, very high level of purity. Like Young Living, you're dealing with, that's as natural as it's going to get. So it's a little bit like going from a so-so diet to eating organic overnight and cutting down on a lot of maybe fats and grains. And we have to just develop an awareness for what's going on in our body and for everybody to make the decisions that's going to work for them.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
The whole concept of getting toxins out of your body. That's so important.
Yeah, it's very profound, and most of us don't always realize what's going on. So anyway, how are we doing?
We're doing good.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few people. We have some
We
names
have
in
some
the drawing
names
as
there.
well.
All right.
I see another one. Great.
Any additional question? No.
Not
I
yet.
was looking online if there was any new one. Fantastic.
No, not yet.
So before we do the drawing, it's noon already. We're doing great. So before we do the drawing, Naomi touched base on the body butter a couple of times. And that's something we're going to have videos about it because I scratched my head so hard the first time. I thought, oh my God, how am I going to make this? Just you have to mix stuff. And it's like, no, it's so easy. That will literally, you will look differently at what personal care products cost. I kid you not. It's that easy, and it is that much fun because we're only showing, I didn't want to overwhelm you, but we have just a few things here when it comes to what is available in the world of essential oils. We have about a couple of hundred essential oils to choose from between the blends and the singles. With the diffuser, and then there is a whole collection of supplements. So the supplement world is a whole different story. Yet again, we do want to research what our supplements are and what's in it, and Young Living puts their essential oils in their supplements. So it's very powerful and it stays very close to nature, no synthetics added. And then the other thing that we love, we said we love thieves. We didn't joke around. I'm going to move the camera just 1 second so you can see all the collection. This is the Thieves, this is one part of the Thieves collection. And so when it comes to cleaning the house, brushing your teeth, the mouthwash, the hand purifier, all that is Thieves.
Love it.
You don't have it yet? No.
Yes.
So it's a whole collection because it is about the lifestyle. It is about taking care of ourselves all around. And I know, right? And so it's also about how we clean our house and how we brush our teeth and what we put in our food and our environment.
Everyone should have this in their car.
I have one in my purse. So, and it comes in a big bottle. But the Thieves is something that we love because it's so versatile and it boosts your immune system. I thought for a while it was only going to be a scent that I wanted to use in the winter because you have clove and cinnamon in it. And I started using it in the summer. Absolutely loved it. So there is a lot of things all year round. If there is one essential oil you were to get, if I were to go on a desert island and one essential oil I take is Thieves, I kid you not. It's like I will not go without that thing.
Yeah, it is the core.
It is the thing.
Yes.
So that's why we have so many derived products from it. So going back to the body butter, it is super easy. I usually do a 50-50 hard ingredients, liquid ingredients. So hard ingredients could be shea butter, cocoa butter. Liquid ingredient could be, actually I consider coconut oil a liquid because as soon as it gets a higher temperature, it becomes liquid very quickly. Could be jojoba oil. Avocado oil is a great fit as well. And you can just put that all over in a little pot or I don't remember how they call the. We'll make a video on that. It will look very easy. Yeah. And then add the essential oils you like.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want with it.
Yes, she taught me how to make it, and I was amazed. And now that's all I use, especially for lotion and on the arms and the legs and the feet.
Yes.
And you can make it into anything you want.
Whatever you want. Isn't that great?
Not what's on the shelf. It's whatever you want.
Exactly. It's all natural, no synthetics. It's exactly what you want. And that's what it's about. What do you want? What is going to be a source of comfort and joy, and it's going to really bring you to a level of energy and vitality. What excites you? Personally, I get excited when I get what I want, which is the exact body butter that's going to smell exactly what I want it to smell.
Yeah.
So we'll do a video on that, and then you'll be able to see how easy it is. I think we're coming up to a wrap. So the exciting part, which is giveaway. So thank you so much for everybody's participation. You can still post questions if you see that video later, and I'll be happy to answer them. But until then, you have the innocent hand. So, close your eyes. Go for it. Go for it.
And the winner is...
Take one.
Steven.
Steven, you just won a bottle of tea tree essential oil. Congratulations. We'll private message you later, and we'll deliver that to you. Yay. Thank you everybody for all the support. This is just the beginning. We have a lot more going on. We're really excited to bring knowledge and to make it easier for you to take care of yourself and to make it easy to have a healthy environment when it comes to in your house and when it comes to personal products and the supplements that you use. Anything you'd like to add?
It was great meeting everyone
Vito.
today. I'm so happy to be here today with Paula. And please reach out to her if you have any questions about any of the essential oils. She is the expert. She's the guru. I look to her every day for advice.
All right. And if you're looking for an empathy specialist, you have Naomi. So reach out to her.
All right. Thank you.
Until next
Bye,
time.
everyone. Have a
Bye.
good day.
Have a great one.